Hey, it's Mike Wynn here from theartofalpha.com. And today I get a question from a guy, and we're going to talk about, should you text a girl you like every day? So first, I just want to caution you that when you first start texting a girl, the biggest thing that you want to stay away from is appearing needy. So we're going to go into a few things, how you can act needy. But that's what you really want to pay attention to. That's what you want to stay away from. Because especially when you first start talking to a girl, when you first meet her, her radar is going to be up to test your level of neediness. And that's probably the number one turnoff that I found that guys do is if they're being too needy. So you don't want to text her constantly with taking texts, which means when you send a what's up or a how are you, you're kind of taking from her. You're expecting a response from her. You're expecting her to start the conversation and keep the conversation going. So you're not really providing her any value, which means you're not telling her anything about yourself. You're not giving her anything fun or playful. You're not making her day any better. You're taking from her. So as you can see in my response in the picture, I said, what's up? And no response. That's oftentimes what happens. Now, after you're dating a girl for a little while, yeah, you can say what's up. This is when you first start texting, when you're still building attraction. And also, if you text too much, there's a huge risk that she's going to get turned off. So here's some general texting rules. So you don't want to text her more than she is texting you. So here's an example. I was talking to a girl, and she, like you can see in this image here, that she sent a text. We had a conversation going. Then I texted her on the 20th at 8 o'clock. And then she didn't text me back till the 21st in the afternoon. So she waited almost an entire day to text me back. So now if I had texted her immediately after, it sends a signal to her that I'm sitting by my phone just waiting to get her text so I can talk to her. It sends the appearance that I have nothing else going on except I'm waiting for her text. So that you definitely don't want to send that message. So even if it was the case that I just had my phone on me and I could have texted her, still, you want to wait. If she sends that text, then I'll just let it sit. I'll wait a while, then I'll text her back. So I'm not going to text her back immediately. Even if I could, it's better to wait. And like I said, texting back too quickly, it just seems like you're waiting by the phone, and it's just going to seem like you're really needy. So when you do text, you want to provide, the key to texting is you want to provide emotional spikes. So you want to send a funny text to make her laugh. And also, it's good to go cold, which means step back for a little while. So say if you're texting her and you have a really fun, playful conversation going on, then just step back for a little while. Wait 2, 3 hours, 5 hours, wait a whole day, and then pick up where you left off. So it gets her thinking. She's wondering, oh, you were having a fun, playful conversation. Now she's thinking, wait, what's this guy doing? How come he's not talking to me? Maybe did I say something? It gets her thinking, and it creates different emotions in her. And that's key. That's exactly what you want to do. And also, eventually, you need to take the conversation to a deeper level. So let's check out this image here. So I'm using role play and just sending her a funny text about, we had a conversation going on about that I was just going to go and pick her up. And then she said she was used to planning. She didn't like the spontaneous, or she wasn't used to having spontaneous things happen. So then she said she was much more comfortable with planning. So then I said, all right, put on your dance shoes, I'm on my way, as just kind of joking around about being spontaneous. Then I was joking that she would be stressed out and need a bubble bath and massage. And those are actually 2 power words, usually I use 4, but sometimes 5 or 6 power words that create a sexual vibe. And you can check all that out at artofalpha.com, or just get in the newsletter and you'll eventually read about some of that stuff. So, but yeah, getting her to laugh is a great way to build attraction. All right, and then you can text her every day. So I guess the answer to this question is, yeah, you can text her every day, but you have to use what we just talked about in the last slide. You have to provide emotional spikes every day. So you have to mix up the emotions, funny, playful, then you want to go cold for a little while, and then you have to be more serious. So you need to just go back and forth. And usually when you're first texting a girl, it's going to last maybe a week to maybe 2 weeks or so. where you just got a number, or maybe you're texting on like online dating or Tinder or something. So you might be texting back and forth. So your plan is you want to get her on a date or have her meet up with you and your friends. Have her friends and her friends meet up with you and your friends. So you want to, that's your goal. So that's where you're going to work towards. And then if that doesn't happen, there's other things you can do, but you want to have a goal to get her out. And another thing that a lot of guys, once they learn the flirting and the playfulness, they forget that they want to, you need to have a bit of a more serious conversation after a while. You can't just flirt forever. So in this example, she said, "What am I looking for?" And I kind of just broke it down. I was really serious about it. And then I said, "What about you?" So it was sort of a really normal conversation. No flirting there. Then I'll go back to flirting after. So yeah, of course, your goal is just to meet her in person. So text her every day, but follow the texting rules we talked about. And just know that girls are turned off by neediness and desperation. So don't over text. Don't seem like you're just waiting by the phone for her to text you. And also get her on a date, either with friends or alone. So also I have a free texting webinar you can check out, and also way more free tips at the artofalpha.com. And you can download, if you go to the link below, click the link below, you can download the mind map. It's free mind map. From there, you can go watch the free texting webinar. You can also get into the newsletter, get way more text. You can see the text examples that I have, all that stuff. So check it out. Click the link below. Mike Wynn here from artofalpha.com, and we'll talk to you soon.